All right. I hope you had an awesome word cloud. Now, one thing that's super important is a password and having a secure password because we know a lot of the passwords that we use are not very good.
Nope. I read an article about like the number one password that people use is password. And it's
Hmm.
or 1234. And you're like, no, that's so easy to crack, right?
Yeah. And in my district, we actually hired a company to test our passwords. And 90% of the teachers' passwords in my district were cracked within a week. There were only six that they tested that were not cracked. And mine was one of them. And one of the reasons is because I took a very simple idea that John's going to talk about not having this convoluted password that you can't really remember or something that's easy to guess, but a great simple way to make a fantastic password.
Yeah. So this activity that we're going to do is going to talk a lot about like what makes a good password and maybe some like little secret tips that we can have. Like a good password's 8 characters long. Good passwords have different symbols that are mixed in between, but a good password is also something we can remember because I don't know about you, I'm quite forgetful and I always forget things that we're doing. So what I first want you to do though, is I want you to, what does it mean to keep a secret? Because passwords are kind of like that secret thing, right? Like, so I want you to talk to your class about what does it mean and why is it important to keep a secret? So I'm going to pause the video.
Okay, so hopefully you talked a little bit about how to keep a secret. And more importantly, with a password, you're not putting it on a sticky note and sticking it to your screen or writing it down somewhere where other people can see it or on the bottom of your keyboard. These are all bad places to put your password, right, John?
Yeah, like when we have a secret, we don't like write it all out and plaster it all over the place to tell our friends, right? In fact, we probably don't even want to keep some of these secrets from our friends. Like our passwords are meant for us and only us, and maybe your parents. That being the fact that they are your parents. So we're going to do a little game that we're going to play with your teacher, and then talking about how do we actually make a password, and then maybe after the game you're going to make your own password that's going to fit really well. So you're going to go click on this link here. It says make a password activity. It'll force you to make a copy. So just remember that as a teacher. And then there's a couple little things that you may want to take a look about what makes a strong password. But the idea that makes a strong password is the fact that you can mix up your characters. And so strong password has 8 characters. Strong passwords are a mix of symbols, exclamation marks, commas, things like that. Strong passwords have numbers. Strong passwords have lowercase and uppercase letters. So another thing that I love doing is I use like a nursery rhyme, like Mary had a little lamb, and I put just the letters of like M, H, L, L. And then I mix in some of those lowercase and uppercase letters. So this activity is going to allow you to make your own password and then figure out, maybe you want to play, if there's extra time, you can always figure out each other's passwords secretly and then make a new one.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to make a password with that activity, and we'll see you back after.